to get it right. In volumes of religious texts which have their own agenda, there lies a silver thread of truth mixed in with propaganda. Be careful what you say to those with whom you'll be at odds, who've taken on the dogma in the pantheon of gods.
Doesn't matter if you're Christian or if Islam or Hindu, your horizons need to open to a universal view. The dynamics of change in an endless cosmic sea all need to be a part of your mind's reality. There's been more than one intrusion when you finally check the odds of rules and competition in the pantheon of gods.
Aztec gods, Celtic gods, gods of ancient Sumer. All of them existed, and it's not just myth or rumor. Greek gods, Hindu gods, all gods in relief. Weave a magic tapestry of spiritual belief. All of them have been here, part of spiritual decorum. And all of them are aspects of a complex cosmic form.
Doesn't matter if you're Christian or if Islam or Hindu, your horizons need to open to a universal view. The dynamics of change in an endless cosmic sea all need to be a part of your mind's reality. There's been more than one intrusion when you finally check the odds of groups and competition in the pantheon of gods.
Expect the unexpected if you peer beyond the veil. Those spiritual anomalies your senses will assail. Look at all realities of spirit if you dare. Remember, organized religion may not take you there. Remember that they're masters of direction and control. They'll take your energy and manipulate your soul.
Doesn't matter if you're Christian or if Islam or Hindu, your horizons need to open to a universal view. The dynamics of change in an endless cosmic sea all need to be a part of your mind's reality.
The views, opinions, and representations expressed on the Night Dreams Talk Radio Network and its website are those of the hosts, guests, and participants, and are not necessarily those of or endorsed by the network, its affiliated stations and broadcasts, the management, other hosts, or advertisers of the network. The shows found on the Night Dreams Talk Radio Network can, but do not necessarily, promote any particular lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only, and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or condition, or give any medical or legal advice. Coming to you from some far point station, like a cosmic tumbleweed, both north and south of the Pleiades, here's your host, Gary Anderson.
Oh, what a night. I can tell you this. My computer froze up. Now they're updating. Before that, we lost the internet. And now we got the internet going, but the Wi-Fi portion isn't working. What can I say? All at one time. James, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Besides all that turmoil, I hope everything works out tonight. Geesh.
Well, I don't know. Something's going strange with the internet server provider, so I don't know. We could end up not doing a show very long tonight. I can't say. I can't promise.
Well, hopefully everything works out and it doesn't take half the night for it to reboot and upload and update or whatever.
Well, I can say I got one wacky story out of my memory. Other than that, my computer is still updating with all my wacky stories for tonight. But this lady, stole a whole bunch of makeup, like about $13,000 worth of. $1,300 worth of makeup, and managed to put $1,300 worth of makeup all on her face at the same time.
Two questions. One, God forbid, was she from Florida? And number two, that's a lot. She must have had a lot of room for makeup on her face. That says something about her. I don't know what else to say about that one. That's crazy.
Well, put it this way. They got a picture up on the internet of her, and you know what? You would look at her if she walked down the street, only because I've never seen so much makeup on. When I was a little kid, they would have a fair on Whidbey Island up here in Washington State, in Langley. And there used to be a lady in her 60s that, I swear to God, I don't know if she used flour or talcum powder or whatever makeup. She was so white that a sheet of white paper couldn't even compare to the whiteness of her skin. I mean, it was the point you look at her and I go, wow, yeah, you covered up all your wrinkles, but you know what? You look like a ghost.
I can imagine. My goodness. She's very anemic looking, so to speak, I guess, or vampiric.
I don't know. It actually looked like she took flour and put it on her face.
like the old Al Jolson movies. Oh, my goodness. Oh, boy. I'll tell you, I got a bizarre story for you. A Maine woman, not Florida, but Maine, says she buried her friend in the backyard to fulfill a dying wish. I put her in a tarp and dragged her out there and buried her.
Yeah, you know what? That was going to be my number one thing tonight, too. Yeah, I know what she did. She offed her friend and buried her in the backyard. Come on, we know that, and that's going to come out really quick. That don't make sense. Oh, my friend died and wished to be buried in the backyard? Oh, come on.
Well, there's some more damning evidence. It was in Norway, but the woman that died, I guess, was like 83, and somebody came there to deliver her monthly, retirement or welfare check or whatever that she kept getting, even though she had mysteriously passed away and her friend fulfilled her dying wish.
That's as bad as, that your mother-in-law passed away and is up in the attic and sitting in a rocking chair looking out the window for 5 years being dead.
Yeah. And you know what else? That reminds me, there was actually right here where I live just last year, there was a older gentleman. He was a Vietnam vet too. And he, nobody had seen him for like 5 months, maybe going on 6 months. And finally, I think one of the relatives was like, hey, because what happened, I think one of his nieces or something was staying with him, and her husband, and what they were doing, he had done passed away like 5-6 months, and they just kept him. They put him in the closet, threw a bunch of clothes on him, dead for 6 months, and kept collecting the check, But they got some serious time out of that. Yeah,
could you imagine even air fresheners after a certain period of time is just not going to do anything?
Well, that's what the neighbors said. They couldn't figure out where the foul smell was coming from, and, it all added up once they found him in the closet. I mean, that's just, could you imagine going to, and they had kids, little kids, like they were sleeping literally on the other side of the wall of this poor dead man that was their relative, like, going on everyday functions, cooking. I mean, what do they do? Say, hey, check on Uncle Charlie over in the closet? I mean, it's just bizarre.
Oh, yeah. I could never imagine, having to deal with something like that.
I know. I mean, you'd have to have like no remorse, no empathy, no nothing. I mean, my God. And it was your own relative. And you're cashing his checks. That's the whole purpose you kept doing it. And not only are you like that, but you convinced your spouse to be the same way.
Well, you know what? Again, the Air Force is apologizing to they were somehow a story got out that they were going to bomb all the people that were going to try to go into Area 51. The second day in a row, they said, "Hey, we're really sorry it ever happened."
Listen, people ought to be thankful they didn't do what they was intended on doing. That would have been bad. It would have just been ended bad for everybody. Been bad PR. It would have been bad for the people in the hospitals or being buried. I mean, it just would not have been good all around.
Oh, yeah, and then I guess today in the weird news, a road sign was hacked, and it had a nice message on it to impeach Trump.
Oh, my goodness. That again, we're going down that road again with these impeachments. I'll tell you, that's every other week you hear about that. I'll tell you, I did see something else on. This is Fox News. Even a California woman got caught pushing $6,000 worth of stolen quarters in a baby stroller.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Could you? Now I used to have a change thing, and I had about $400 worth of quarters. And I got to tell you something, that was pretty doggone heavy, $400 worth of quarters. I couldn't imagine $6,000 worth of quarters. That's a lot of weight.
That is. How would it surely would pull your pants down, I'll tell you that.
She had it in a baby stroller and got caught.
Well, a lady in, Arizona, not Florida, claims that Burger King sold her a raw chicken sandwich.
Oh, my God, I seen part of that story. You know what? When I seen that story, this is a true story, Gary, it gave me flashbacks because 20-some years ago, my deceased wife and my son, he was just little. We was traveling across country to go visit relatives and whatnot. And we stopped in Connecticut, right on the other side of the border of Rhode Island. I can't even think of the restaurant now, but it was something like a Denny's type thing, you know. So I go in there and I said, give me a cheeseburger and bring my mayonnaise on the side of a little cup. And they said, okay. So out comes the burger and got the mayonnaise. So I get to put the mayonnaise on the burger. In the mayonnaise was a hunk of raw chicken. Now, I told the management, showed them, and they were all apologetic. Oh, my God, we're so sorry. Listen, you don't have to pay for nothing. We're going to give you free meals. Come back. And I was like, no. And they want to give me other meals, that night. And I said, no, you don't understand. I'm never going to come here again. You don't have to give me no free meals. I'm not going to recommend nobody coming here. I'm not coming here. I just want my money back. And thank God, my wife or kid didn't get sick and die. I mean, I've never gotten raw chicken and mayonnaise. So somewhere there was contaminated mayonnaise. God, oh boy.
Now it can kill you too. Well, and an Arizona man, was arrested after he was shooting the moon with a high-powered rifle, and he was high on marijuana too. I wonder if that had anything to do with it. Could you? You're going to take a gun and shoot at the moon and expect that bullet to reach the moon. Okay, you got a problem.
Now, when you first read that, I'm thinking, well, the guy dropped his pants and was shooting the moon at somebody. I'm like, oh, God.
And then a woman gives birth, right? And then she has to fight off all these bees that are attacking to her. And somehow, whatever she did, she created a wildfire in Northern California. So she had a baby, she fought off the bees, and she started a wildfire.
Oh, my. I got to tell you what, that sounds like something right out of Mr. Magoo or something. That kind of reminds me of another story I seen today about a woman who burnt all her love letters in the house and ended up burning the house down.
I read that. And, remember how we were making fun of Walmart shoppers?
Oh, Lord, yeah.
Oh, yeah. A man 22 years old threw semen on a Walmart shopper and said, how do you like this, lady?
Oh, my goodness. That could be a serious charge. God knows. Listen, he could have all kind of STDs or AIDS or who knows what. Gee, many Christmas. The implications there is bountiful.
Now, imagine you're on probation, right, for a drug violation. So all of a sudden you accidentally send a text message. You're thinking you're sending it to your hookup for more marijuana, right? No.
Yeah.
You send a message, hey, I need more weed. Guess who he sends